Yo, what is going on? It's Sawk here, and today I'm bringing you guys my PCL Week 8 Team Builder slash video slash recap against, no pun intended, and his Philadelphia Aegislash. If you guys do not care to see the Team Builder, the timestamp will show on the screen right about now. You guys can proceed to that timestamp, and you guys can skip right to the game. But for the rest of you guys that are sticking around to watch this Team Builder, his team does consist of Landorus Therian, Nihilego, Greninja, Kyurem, Rotom-Mow, Licky, Aegislash, Seismitoad, Ditto, Infernib, and Mega Metacam. Now, Landorus Therian and Licky are his Z users, and this is now the third week in a row I face a Greninja. Fantastic! Most of my sets that counter Greninja are known by no pun because he is smart enough to watch my games, but I had to get a little creative with this team because the way it looks out, with the last 4 of my playoff games, I do play, no pun intended, this week. I play Spanic at the Disco next week. The week after, I play Drake and Sydney Savalis, and then I finish the season out against the Dallas Starmies and Shakeweza. So if I win any of those games, I clinch a playoff spot. Because of the way our division is set, that the top 4 proceed to playoffs out of the 6 teams, which is an interesting thing, and I like it, because that means I get playoff experience. Woohoo. Heck yeah. But anyway, I digress. So this is the team I built with the help of my front office in order to take on, no pun intended, and his scary butt team. Now, first thing I noticed is Nihilego is a big problem for my team if it gets up to a +1 in special attack by any means necessary. So I need a very good switch into both of his stabs, and something like Thunderbolt that can be ran against my, or like Grass Knot that can be ran against my Crawdon or Seismitoad, not Seismitoad, Gastrodon. Or whatever my initial switch-in would be that he would think. So I knew Spadef Roserade was a pretty good shout this week. Hidden Power Ground, Synthesis, Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. A +1, so it's +1 special attack. Sludge Wave does not OHKO this Roserade, and I can hit it back with an HP Ground and nuke that thing. So this is my main switch into Nihilego. It also takes on Rotom Heat very well. Any special variant of Aegislash that does not carry Ice Beam, it does take on as well. So this is an all-around really solid bring this week. I do not get to bring Roserade that often. However, I'm very happy I get to bring it this week. Next up here, we do have the Beware for this week. We do have Milwaukee, the Beware. Nickname pending to change given next week, possibly. But anyway, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, Toxic, and Plane Split with Cobra Berry. So the reason I have Cobra Berry is because a Landorus Therian, Supersonic Sky Strike with Cobra Berry and my defense investment does not kill. It does 75%-ish maximum, and I can hit it with an Ice Punch and get that Z move out of here. It's no longer a threat, and I Ice Punch it, and I get some huge damage off. Because if it's offensive, it takes 87%-ish around that area. If he's defensive, then it does not do nearly as much. However, it means he won't be Z-move. So, Milwaukee's my best Landorus Therian answer I could think of, besides something like Charty Berry or Mombi or something like that, which we might see later, who knows. But yeah, it's a very interesting spread, and I'm hoping it gets to do something this week, because it's at 6 kills as of the time of me recording. No, it's at 5 kills. Is it 5 or 6? I can't remember. It's at 5 or 6 kills at the time of me not showing the game to you guys, and me before playing Hispanic. If they get 7 kills, Austin himself has guaranteed, I'll put the screenshot right at the bottom under the IV spread, that if Beware gets 7 kills, it will get MVP. So that's going to be a big yes. Anyway, next up here, we do have our Blacephalon this week. Hidden Power Grass, Psychic, Fire Blast, and Shadow Ball with a Choice Scarf. Now, Choice Scarf Blacephalon is my best way to kind of run through his team, because Mega Blacephalon, oh lord, that'd be scary. But Scarf Blacephalon, this set just runs through his team besides Landorus. If I can get rid of Landorus Therian, which the rest of this team's gonna kind of help do, then it's gonna be a very easy Blacephalon. Come in, click your button, and get out. Blacephalon, come in, click your button, get out. Blacephalon, come in, click your button, get out. Because I do think Scarf Greninja is a really nice bring as well. Nihilego will OHKO because I don't have that much bulk. But, yeah. Plus, if I'm Scarf Blacephalon and he brings Ditto in, I'm going to be Choice Scarfed as well with his Choice Scarf. So it's a speed tie. And if I can win that speed tie, I can win the game. Hopefully, at least. But yeah, next up here, we do have Monorist, the Focus, Sash Holding, Rabombi this week. Sticky Web, Hidden Power, Ice, Stun Spore, and U-Turn. This is to get my webs up. HP Ice and Stun Spore are for the Land Earth Therian. Stun Spore also can hit the Lego, the Greninja, the Kyurem, everything on his team. So if I Stun Spore anything on his team, his speed is halved. He has the chance to get paralyzed, which is amazing. But I'm using it as another form of speed control. So I Sticky Web up, and then I Stun Spore whatever is out in front of me. So that speed's lowered as well. So like if he has like Land Earth Therian, which is his only immunity to it besides Rotom-Mow, then Rotom-Mow gets Stun Spore. So boom, it's half speed. Land Earth Therian, boom, it's half speed. Because Stun Spore is actually a grass type move, that means that it will work on Land Earth Therian and Rotom-Mow. Because electric types can be paralyzed by like Thunder Wave and that stuff, and neither can Landers, but it's Stun Spore, so we good. But yeah, that's Rabombi this week. Next up here, we do have Portland the Crawdon, Darkanium Z, Dragon Dance, Aqua Jet, Knockoff, and Crabhammer. This set literally is just made to come on in, set up once, and beat his team after Sticky Webs. It's an absolute beast with max stack adamant. So the way I picture this going is I Dragon Dance once on a Scarfinator that goes like rock move, not rock. No, it had to be rock move. Or like I can come in, I can set up on an Infernape that's locked into Flare Blitz because I do expect Scarf this week. However, it wouldn't surprise me if he brought Banded. But I Dragon Dance up once as he switches out, and then I nuke his defensive Aegislash with Darkanium Z knockoff, and I nuke that thing, and then I proceed to win the rest of the game with Aqua Jet and knockoff and Crabhammer depending on what's in. Especially if I have webs up, yeah, it wins. But last and certainly not least here, I do have the Choice Scarf Genesect this week. U-Turn, Flamethrower, Ice Beam, and Flash Cannon. Choice Scarf spread enough speed to outspeed, enough speed to outspeed Scarf Kyurem. So I'm able to do that very well. Flash Cannon is just a good stab. Ice Beam hits Landorus, and it hits Lego. Flamethrower hits Rotom-Mow, it hits Aegislash, and U-Turn's just good momentum all around. But yeah, that is the team for this week. So I will see you guys right in the game. And we're back. So as you guys can see here, he did bring that Infernape, the Mega Medican, the Aegislash, the Ditto, the Land Earth Therian, and a Seismitoad, all of which was very much expected. As you guys just saw my team. So without further ado, let's get into this. So my lead against him inevitably was going to be Genesect. I can U-turn out on whatever he wants to bring in when I saw this team. Scarf Infernape does make a lot of sense. However, I do think it will be banded, but if it is Scarf, so be it. I can play around that then, and I can get a lot of information. But no pun intended is going to challenge here, so let's cue that music up. And we are going to see that he does lead with his Narth, which is his Infernape, so I'm guessing Narth's a monkey. Judging by this, just kidding, I know I shouted to you, Narth Vader, you're cool as hit. But Genesect will lead here. I do get that download boost into my attack, which is alright. But here I decided, okay, I'm going to go for U-turn. First thing, right away, just to make sure I can get momentum. If he Scarf, Flare Blitz will OHKO me, as he does outspeed me. So Genesect will just outright drop here to this Choice Scarf Flare Blitz. However, so as Genesect goes down, we do see that recoil come in. So now I know he's going to play very aggressive in this game. So I'm going to bring out my Blacephalon and click HP Grass, predicting his Seismitoad to come on in, because he does not want to stay in against a Scarf Blacephalon, which he knows he does not outspeed. So he is going to go into his Mentir, which is his Seismitoad, as my HP Grass will be clicked. And do we see a Rindaberry? No, we don't. And that Seismitoad is Gandhi. So Seismitoad will drop. So it is a wild game to start out with. Predictions on predictions on predictions. Good sets to good sets. He does bring out his Narth again, which is his Infernape. And I know I cannot stay in on this. So I'm not quite sure what he'd go for, but I am going to go into Monorist. Now, the reason I went into Monorist is because I don't think he'd Flare Blitz. Because if he Flare Blitzes, it's not going to be doing as much as like an Earthquake would do, which makes a lot of sense because my team, Earthquake also hits Roserade on my team, rather than Flare Blitz hitting Blacephalon, not very effective damage, where Blacephalon might live, and then like HP Grass would do enough to put it in range of Flare Blitz recoil, so it would die right away. So an Earthquake was more than likely coming out here. So because of that Earthquake, I went into Motorist, knowing I could live 1, if not 2 possibly, as he does go right for that Choice Scarf Earthquake. Because he is Scarfed, he does not hit as hard as he could. However, as we see right there, it does not even do a quarter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my webs up 100%. He's going to swap out to go into his Omega, which is his Landorus Therian. And its 7-8 will pop, however, Robomi does not have any physical attack whatsoever, so it is fine with me. Like I said, I will get that Sticky Web up, and this pressures the rest of his Defoggers, which is Landorus. So my play now is to click Sunspore here. Now, the reason I click Sunspore is because I want to make sure this Landorus is neutered to speed. The rest of his team will get hit by Sticky Web, because everything else on my side gets hit by Sticky Web, so whatever comes in, Diddle will speed drop and then transform, so it does not matter in that sense. But Scarf Infernape is no longer Scarf to say, it's only regular speed because of that. Mega Metacam will be at a lot less speed. Aegislash is already slow as hell, so it really helps me out, but I can slow down the Infernape and the Mega Metacam. Those two things being slowed is great for me, it's absolutely fantastic. I do get my webs up here, and I'm going to click Stun Spore here to make sure that it does not outspeed me anymore, and so Beware can possibly outspeed it next, as he does get Paralyzed, unfortunately. But that is the way we play with Paralysis. So I am just going to click HP Ice here, trying to get some damage off, who knows. So I do click that HP Ice, it does about a third, we'll say, as he does click Rock Tomb, which is great prep on his part. Hits the Blacephalon and hits my Rabombi, as Rabombi will go down, unfortunately. But this does give me my Beware here, as we do see Beware come on out here. So now I can freely click Ice Punch because he does not want to swap anything into this Beware. He does not know what's going to happen. I do click Ice Punch and I kill that Landorus Therian. So Beware picks up a kill this week, as it's always a great week when Beware picks up a kill, even if I lose. But I'm looking at a pretty good spot in the situation. His Mega Metacam does come on out, as he will get his Mega Evolution off Mega Metacam, transforming into that big, huge, power-hitting, pure power Mega Metacam with a butt-ton of attack. He does click Zen Headbutt, which, as you can see here, that cool animation fires off and does a metric butt-ton to Beware. As you can see, it's a crit, and I flinch. Now, this is not the best situation for me, because Beware having a good amount of HP is awesome, because if I want to sack something to Flare Blitz recoil, Beware can come on out, take a lot of damage with Fluffy, and the more HP I have, the more recoil Infernape will take if it kills. It also is nice to have an answer to Shadow Sneak that cannot be hit by Shadow Sneak. However, I kind of have to let Beware go down now because it's at such a low HP. Then how about normally would only done 50%, I should say. But with that crit and flinch, because I clicked Toxic that turn, it doesn't matter too much because it's Toxic. However, it's annoying that he got the crit and the flinch and that I did not get a chance to do anything. He is going to attempt to pick me off here with Bullet Punch, as we can see right now. That Bullet Punch animation will come out, and Beware will take that decently well, and I will click Pain Split in order to get up my HP. Unfortunately, Beware has a tremendous amount of HP, and Mega Metacam has a low base HP. He does click Drain Punch here just to get the damage off and the kill. And so now, sadly, Beware will drop as his HP goes to 0, and Mega Metacam will get his HP almost back to full. Now, this is where it's kind of looking dicey for me. However, I do have a chance to win this. So my play here is going to Blacephalon, and Shadow Ball kills this no matter what. Now, the reason Shadow Ball is the easiest play of my life is because it kills this Mega Metacam and does 102 minimum. If he goes into Ditto, he copies me, goes into Blacephalon, and Ditto's dead. Aegislash does not want to come on in because it will drop to the Scarf Shadow Ball, and Fernape will not want to come in because it drops to the Shadow Ball. So Blacephalon is looking like my key to win here. However, he is going to make a very, 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 very smart play and put me in range of Shadow Sneak from his Aegislash by clicking Bullet Punch with his Mega Metacam. And I will click Shadow Ball. I will get my kill here because Blacephalon is Blacephalon and will do Blacephalon things. Mega Metacam will drop here. I do get my Beast boost going, as we can see here. and he's going to send out his dork, which is his Aegislash, and he sent this out very, very quickly, which leads me to believe he does have Shadow Sneak. So my play now is going into Roserade, because Roserade is my best play, because Roserade now can HP ground the Infernape. It can HP ground this. It can HP ground the other Roserade that will be on the side of the screen if Ditto does come out. So, he does get caught in that sticky web. His speed does fall, and I will swap right out into my Roserade. There is no doubt in my mind that I have to swap out into it. So Roserade will come on in. Stance change will come on out as that Aegislash transforms into the heavy hitting form, as he will click Shadow Sneak, and that does a decent little bit of damage. However, it leads me to believe he has no attack investment. So he is going to withdraw his dork here and go right into his Narth, which is his fire type. I did click HP ground that turn, as it was my easiest play to click. That speed will fall, and I will click my hidden power ground here. I will let that fly, and it does a decent chunk. It almost kills. Now, I believe if this would have killed the Infernape, I would have been in such a fantastic scenario where I would not have to let Roserade go down. I would have been up 3-2. I can click HP ground on whatever wants to come on in, whether it be his own Ditto coming into my Roserade or his Aegislash coming into my Roserade. It would have given me a lot more damage. However, because it does not kill, the Infernape will end up clicking Flare Blitz, and it will get a kill. Sadly, Roserade will go down here as Roserade does drop. So Roserade faints, and because of the recoil damage, Narth faints too, so the Infernape drops. Now this is a key moment in the game. It's 2-2. It's imperative that I discuss my win con with you guys, because I went about this a bunch of different ways, especially after the match. So I have Crawdon and Blacephalon. Blacephalon's known to be Scarf on his end, and Blacephalon is in range of a Shadow Sneak, and I would have to win a speed tie against Ditto if I win into that one. However, if I go to Crawdon, what I can do is if he goes into his his Aegislash here, I can Darkanium Seed that and nuke it. If he goes into his own Ditto and goes into my Crawdon, I can proceed to knock off his Choice Scarf and hit it with the Arcanium Z, and then I can just knock off the thingamajig, the Aegislash, and then Aqua Jet it. Well, it does not kill. So Crawdon is my way of winning this game. Blacephalon has a chance, however, Crawdon gives me the most opportunity to win, so I have to go into it here. I cannot let this Ditto be Choice Scarf, and I have to get rid of that Aegislash both ways, as Blacephalon does not have the best chance of winning now. So I am going to go into my Crawdon here, as he is going to go into his Ditto. So now we have a mirror against Crawdon here. Now Ditto does get caught in the sticky web, however it does not matter because of his Imposter taking my Crawdon's form, as he does transform into my Crawdon. Now here is where he goes for Crab Hammer, and I will click knock off, getting rid of this Choice Scarf here. As I do click that knockoff, boom, and that knockoff does it to a point where I think Aqua Jet has Crab Hammer has a chance of killing as well. So I do click Crab Hammer my own, however, he does click Crab Hammer again, winning the speed tie. Now, if he did not win the speed tie and I won the speed tie, I hit my Crab Hammer, we are in a better position because I knock out that Crawdon on the other side of the field. And then he has to go into Aegislash here. I can Darkanium see that, and that's game over. But however, he does win the speed tie, and that speed tie does win him the game here, as we can see, as Crawdon will go down here, unfortunately. And Blacephalon will come on out because I knocked off his Choice Scarf. He does have the ability to click Aqua Jet, and Blacephalon will go down as well. And that is your game, folks, as your Minnesota Twinneedles will lose, to no pun intended. So, great game to Noe. He's a fantastic friend. He's a great guy. Be sure to check him out. He has some amazing commentaries. He's just overall one of the best guys I've met here. But, yeah, that's kind of it. Next week, we take on Spanik at the Disco and his New York Rangers. I'm very excited to play Spanik. His games and I always end up in a blowout, so it's either 3-0 or worse. So I'm very excited to play that game. But with that, I think I'm out of here today, guys. Peace out, Scouts.